Cancer, my darlings, welcome into your monthly reading. My name is Millie. This is the Ghost Bride Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. My darlings, we're going to run through some channeled messages that my spirit team and I have pulled through for you, and then we'll jump straight into your tarot and oracle portion. The timestamp for that will be in the description box if you want to skip ahead. I always suggest listening to the channeled messages because they are fun, and it also helps to just let you know if and when this reading is going to fit for you, okay? So a lot of really random stuff coming through for you guys this month, but one of your biggest messages is at some point or in some way this month, Spirit's urging you to take a gentler approach, yeah? To remember that you've got to crawl before you can walk, and something about looking before you leap, yeah? And being really gentle in that process is how it's coming through. Spirit saying being kinder with yourself as you build up the courage. Okay, so whatever's coming through here for you guys, definitely putting that energy where it fits. A lot of stuff coming through around special visitors this month. I'm getting stuff around all right, so what I'm getting is some of you might be giving yourself a hard time for requiring or needing rest, or for feeling overwhelmed, even with like these special visitors things. Like maybe you're so busy at this point in time that you're struggling to slow things down. You're struggling to find a sense of ease within the flow is how it's coming through, yeah? And for some of you it feels like this is all like internal stuff, like you're pushing yourself in a certain direction or at a certain pace, and it's really not necessary is how Spirit's presenting it. So there's this really gentle message to just give yourself a bit of, leeway in this time as you're like, yeah, whatever it is that you're working towards. Spirit's also talking about necessary preliminary steps, yeah? So if you think about a baby, they've got to crawl before they then start to stand up and hold on to things. And then once they've, done that, then they'll start to, take a few steps or whatever. There is something as well around that holding on and like that support piece, yeah? Like stand and hold on for as long as you feel necessary. And then as you start to build your balance, you start to build your confidence and your courage, then you might feel it's appropriate to take some steps away from that support is how Spirit's presenting it, to be fair. All right, my darlings, stuff around roses this month for you guys, particularly red roses. It doesn't have to be red, but very strong red energy coming through. I'm getting stuff around bananas. I'm hearing Ugg boots and bare feet. Yeah, so having like really cold feet or really warm feet and like no in between is how Spirit's presenting it. Stuff around gilded gold this month, and also a brooch. I'm hearing a lot of stuff around cherubs and angels for you guys. You may be seeing a lot of dragonflies at this point in time. Some of you guys are reconsidering, re-educating yourself or starting some kind of education again, because Spirit's talking about picking up where you left off in regards to that, yeah? Again, they're bringing me back to that, don't give yourself a hard time for requiring or needing rest. Maybe if this was something that you put away for a short time, maybe that was an appropriate thing for you to do, and now it's a more, Spirit's saying, more convenient time for you to start thinking about bringing this back in. Spirit's talking about the importance of meditation at this time for you guys, and also like finding the magic in the mundane. Yeah, in every single day there is miracles. Yeah, there are little glimmers that are there for you to take notice of. Yeah, it is just up to you to be observant of what's around you is how Spirit's presenting it. So really finding a sense of gratitude in your perspective as you're maneuvering through this. And then they're also bringing me back to that like gentler approach, being really gentle with yourself. A lot of stuff around writing this month coming through for you guys. You might be writing a book, you might be journaling a lot, or maybe there's a call to do those things. I'm also specifically hearing calligraphy and flow, and now I'm seeing specifically like a certain person's handwriting. So you may be thinking about a certain person's handwriting. You may even be receiving a handwritten letter this month. Okay. Also, we got something around mail being delivered to the wrong address. Stuff around being observant, stuff around the TV for you guys. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of stuff around like TV shows that are then movies, or movies that are then TV shows, and maybe, yeah, things like that. I got Death Note specifically, and I thought it was a TV show, and then I went to watch it and it was a movie. So yeah, something like that coming through for you guys. Also, I'm getting a lot of things around, like for those of you that are resurrecting something ancient or going back to something that you used to do. Yeah, there's something about putting a contemporary spin on it. Yeah, the way that this is coming through is like, if you are doing something of the past, you will be doing it in a different way somehow, or altering it or enhancing it in some way, is how Spirit's presenting this to me. For some of you, this is directly in relation to work, and you're looking at work or your finances. They're also saying to me like different avenues will be appearing at this point in time, and that observance piece is really important, you know, being able to observe where these avenues and opportunities are appearing for you and whether or not they are the right fit is how it's coming through. Spirit's also talking about being bold, calculated, and that risk comes with high rewards. So being really careful in the way that you move at this point in time, particularly taking into consideration that there's a big Jupiter thing happening, yeah, at the moment. This expansion, it can go in a multitude of different ways. So really pinpointing where you would like to see things expand for yourself, and like putting your focus there as well. The power of the mind, the power of positivity is highly undervalued in our culture and in our society. And so that's really coming into play here as well for you guys. What Spirit's saying is there's a strong message around clenched hands or sore hands at this point. This could be you or someone else. Spirit's also talking about sacred connections that you share with people, yeah. Questioning friendships, bonds, like the loyalties that you have with people as well is coming into play. And for some of you, it feels like with that gentler approach, it feels like really supportive energies around you. Maybe you're being of support to other people at this point in time as well. Something around the choir could be significant. And then something also about a necklace this month could be significant for you guys. And the way that this necklace kind of comes through, or this piece of jewelry, Spirit's saying, it doesn't necessarily have to be a necklace. The way that it's coming through is like there is some kind of like bad taste in your mouth about it. I've got this 3 of Swords pendant on here, and that's what they brought into your channel messages. So there is some kind of connection to a betrayal with a piece of jewelry or something like that that's maybe coming up for you guys this month. Spirit's also talking about temperance energy and divine intervention in regards to that. So I actually feel like some of you may stumble upon that piece or have it like returned to you. Maybe that mail delivered wrong address. That's obviously for a very small portion of you guys, but like, can you guys let me know if that's you? Because that would be cool. Okay, and then I'm also getting I'm getting a few names for you guys. So I got Lewis, Eric, Liam, Layla, Merrin, Warren, and then Willem Dafoe, and something about a christening or a baptism, and then also something about initiation into a secret society could be of significance somewhere for you guys this month. All right, also Spirit saying study of the esoteric, sacred work, and deep remembrance, yeah. And with this, there is this energy of wanting to make amends at this point in this cycle, whether this is amends to self or amends to things and people external to oneself. There is definitely this energy of forgiveness running through at the moment, and it feels like it starts with self. It feels like at this point in time, like maybe part of this picking up where you left off, part of this education piece is like going back and like learning to forgive yourself for something. There is also a connection with the 6 of Cups and the Death card in this reading, where maybe something from the past has changed, maybe a big relationship has shifted in some way, shape or form, and then that's bringing you to this level of education, something like that. All right, my darlings, put the energy where it fits for you guys. Definitely only take what resonates. And if none of this stuff makes sense at the moment, just keep your eye out for it. Also something about xylitol, which is like a sugar kind of thing. And it's also really bad for dogs, apparently. And then also a last message for you guys, something about, you know, what is and what isn't culturally acceptable, and that there's a very large scale Yeah, depending on where you live and how you grew up and all the rest of it, there's a very large scale of what is and isn't culturally acceptable. So for some reason, that's significant for you guys this month. And it does feel like for some of you, this study of the esoteric and the sacred work is very much connected to that. Like you may be branching out, you may be like really expanding your awareness, or completely even shifting into a different belief system or spiritual system or religion in some form. All right, my darlings. Let's move into your tarot and oracle portion now, my darling Cancers. Also some things that may be coming up for you guys are frangipani flowers. Something about earrings might be significant, again with that jewelry piece, and seashells and the color purple. Okay, so one of these big messages that I was getting in the collective reading is feel the fear and do it anyway. This time, this place, by design. That's very much bringing me to that energy that we got in your channel messages of you've got to crawl before you walk, look before you leap. Yeah, and this gentle approach. Okay, my darlings, let's see what we need to see. Spirit's telling me to start with the Enchanted Map Oracle. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get an overarching energy for you guys. Then we will look at... Spirit's telling me just look at love and money. Yeah, this is what people want to know about. Love and money. They care about love and money. They don't really so much care for the preacher that I do sometimes. Sorry about that. All right, what else do I need to see for Cancer? Oh, my darlings. All right, so there is this feeling of, at this point in time, like exposure, or being like maybe without protection, or maybe even just being like in the thick of it. Yeah, really, it feels like exposure. This is how it's coming through. Yeah, like something's burst wide open here, and then that's created some kind of storm or vortex or something like that. Yeah, there is something here that's telling me that at this point in time, your pathway may even feel a little bit like obscured, or like you can't really see the path at this point in time. See, and it's interesting, right? Because while there is this feeling of not being secure, there is surrender in this. There is something that you're accepting about this, maybe even like the power with which this storm has come through. Like you're just looking at it like, well, what could I do about it? Like that is kind of how this is coming through. It's super weird energy. Something maybe even has come to light in this wide open card. Something could have come to light, and then that's created some kind of storm. Like, and it's for some of you it's close to home. For some of you it's like surrounding family. Yeah, with this house here in this card. For others of you, it's something that could potentially be exposing you in some way, or exposing somebody around you in some way. And it's very clearly visible is how it's coming through, like with this light. Yeah, it's very easy to see. It's something that's like pretty much on your doorstep from what I can see in this Stormfields card. And it does feel like you're just like letting it happen, or allowing this to unfold. Like in the same sense that you wouldn't try and stop a storm. Yeah, you would just let it, burn itself out in whatever way. This is kind of how this energy is presenting. And what I'm finding is that within this stormy energy, you have a deep awareness that there will be a choice for you in the future, and yet you know that you're not really there. You're not at this point where you have to make a decision yet. That's how this is coming through. All right, Spirit's saying to use the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle, and that first one that we used was the Enchanted Map. All right, so for some of you, this is involving, for some of you it's involving family, or like close bonds, or like even like those special visitors could potentially be coming in and like Spirit saying like kicking up some dust, causing a ruckus. Okay. I got 2 of these cards yesterday. Okay. All right, so Spirit is saying to me, for some of you, this is definitely like in the negative aspect, and there is potentially something happening around the house or home or family life that is stormy, chaotic, you know, not really, you're not entirely sure which way it's going to go at this point in time. What I'm also seeing happening here is that there is some kind of like something within you that's been ignited throughout this process. And it's interesting as well, right? Because they were saying like something's come to light, and now what it feels like has come to light is some kind of inner strength within you, some kind of passion within you, some kind of burning desire within you, some kind of discipline even within you. And there is something in the future that you're going to have to do with this situation or regarding this situation, whatever this is. The way that the energy comes through is like you're aware that in the future you'll have to do something about it. But at this point in time, you're able to just sit with whatever has come through here or whatever is still occurring here outside of oneself. And it does feel like there is a lot that's happening externally to you that although you're a part of, and although you may be in the vicinity of, it doesn't really seem to be like knocking or affecting or even impacting the way that you sit here. Yeah, there is this surrender piece here. There is this allowance for things to just go on around you while you're quite solid within where you're sitting, if that makes sense. And maybe it's because of the knowing that's coming through here in the future position. Like something about the end of this month is going to be significant for you guys in regards to whatever this is, like coming to completion or like that choice that needs to be made. It's definitely going to come through like towards the end of the month. And there is this strong awareness about it. Yeah, for some of you, it involves some kind of radical truth. It involves you speaking or like making it a really strong decision that you then voice to other people regarding this or about this or as a result of this, whatever the case may be for each and every one of you. Okay. Yeah. All right, what I'm getting here is, okay, so for the majority of you at this point in time, right, there's this acknowledgement that pretty much whatever choice you make, there's safety within that space, yeah, or there's like really good potential in both of the options that are presented to you, yeah. I see you weighing them up. Look at this woman's hands here, weighing them up very carefully and very equally at this point in time. Like at this point in time, you're not entirely sure if you lean this way or if you lean that way. It's very equal at this point in time from what I can see. And what I'll say also is that both of these, either way, whichever choice you make, it's a big decision. That's how it's coming through. It's a huge decision, to be fair. Whichever doorway you decide to go through, it is a big decision, yeah, but you are not yet at this point. You're not yet at the point of having to make this decision, right? What I'm getting is these big decisions that are incoming for you that you're completely aware of in this period, yeah? You became aware of it in this moment, yeah? What I'm getting here is either way you go, it's a huge move, yeah? And either way you go is supported by the universe. So any fear that's arising, it doesn't seem to be even hitting you too much to a degree. Like it does seem external. It does seem like these are circumstantial or like environmental or even like societal things around you, potentially cultural things, yeah, that seem to be really murky and really creating quite the stir. Yeah. And yet there's stability here. This house is not going to fall down just because of this storm. Yeah. This fire belongs to you. Yeah. There is something about this that's telling me that you know there is a big, big decision for you to make in the very near future. For some of you, it was at the end of last month and you're already in this energy. For others of you, this is incoming into this month, yeah? The way that's, and all my readings are timeless. Whenever you find this energy is definitely what applies to you, yeah? Look at this combination that we've got. What I'm getting from this is the universe is supporting this because of the magnitude of it. There is something within this that's showing me that you have not only the capability to wield this in the right way and to make the right decision for yourself, yeah, but you've got the power to wield whatever the result is, or to face whatever the consequences are, or to, Spirit saying, bear responsibility for the actions that are then going to be like necessary or a result of this. There is something around this choice that's very much related to other people as well. Yeah, and it's big and it's risky, and it does feel like that at this point in time, like you're rock solid, you have a deep sense of how you see yourself in connection to all of this. Yeah, you may not yet see the pathway very clearly or even know exactly what those two choices are going to be. Yeah, but the way that Spirit's presenting it to me is like you're at this crossroads, yeah, and you can go left or you can go right. It does not matter which way you go, because there is something in this for you that's going to pay off. Yeah, and I think the payoff has been through, it's your dedication, it's your surrender, it's your willingness to let this happen is how it's coming through. That's what this is. You've let the light in, you've let the light shine on whatever this was, or like you've let the storm burn out. Potentially some of you are even feeling like you're in the eye of the storm. Like there's so much happening around you, but and yet you're rock solid, you're stable, it's quiet, there's peace where you are. Something about this future energy tells me that there is a potential fear element attached to this, and whether this is fear for oneself or fear for how this will impact the external or the people around you or the people that are involved with this. Yeah, the way that this energy comes through is like there's an inevitability about it, is how Spirit's bringing it through. Like no storm lasts forever is how this energy's coming through. Like at a certain point, this pathway will end and you will reach this point where you will then have to choose which way you're going to go. Like there's something about the inevitability of this. Something about like, okay, so the way it's coming through, it's like it's going to put an end to something completely. It's going to put a stop to one cycle completely, in the same way that, you know, as we cycle out of one month into another, that the previous month that we were in ends temporarily, yeah, and then we move into a new month. There is something about in the wake of this, yeah, in the wake of whatever storm, whatever chaos is happening, yeah, in the wake of that, you're presented with something that you then have to do. Yeah, a choice that you have to make that involves doing. Yeah, a choice that you have to make that involves then following a certain pathway. Yeah, or going through a doorway, or accessing something, or initiating something. See, and for some of you, like not only is your strength being tested at this time, but your persistence to the path is being tested. And for those of you that can't even really see where the path is, I can understand why there's this feeling of potential like exposure coming back through. Yeah, and yet you may feel exposed and yet you're still continuing to surrender into this process. And maybe that's where you stumble upon like these two doorways that then both offer you a solution. There is something about the solution that's found in either avenue that you take, and your recognition that both can have potential like good outcomes. It is. Look at this. Good juju and clarity. There is. Some of you, this is something that needs to be spoken. Yeah, for some of you, this is something that you need to like, you need to make a decision, and then you need to voice that decision to other people. Like, there is something within this that's very much a new beginning, but it comes from, it's a result of this. It is. It's a result of this. All right, my darling, Spirit saying that covers your life portion of the reading, and so we will get into love for you guys. Spirit's telling me to use the Time Traveler's Oracle for your love portion, and then we will use this beautiful red deck as well. All right, show me love for my darlings. I'm seeing happiness and abundance. So for those of you that are in a relationship, it's looking like there's happiness and abundance within that relationship. I'm now seeing flow. For those of you that are single, it seems like you've got your heart space into a state of flow and abundance, which is really nice to see. Power. First card out is power. Beautiful. We were getting something about that ancient thing as well, weren't we? Power, reflection, protection. And I'll pull some tarot to go with it. Okay, show me Cancer in love. See, King of Cups and the Empress. For some of you that are in... Okay, so we're going to do couples first, and then we'll move into singles. All right, show me couples, please, my darlings. The Chariot, the Hierophant, Strength card. Yeah, so for some of you that are in a couple, you're trying to elevate or move or change or bring something new into the relationship, and that could potentially be creating some kind of burden or some kind of strife. What I'm seeing through this is that you're standing in your power, you're staying committed to that pathway, and I do see you forging ahead and being like really having a strong conviction in your belief and in the reason as to why you're moving in this certain direction. Show me couples, please, Spirit. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and the Six of Wands. You guys are finding common ground is what Spirit's saying to me. So there is this really like unified energy coming through between you and your partner in this reading, Cancer, and it feels like maybe it was a powerful period that you've just stumbled into where you guys are like coming together and you're seeing eye to eye and things are really getting into this flow state between the two of you. The couple's energy is absolutely beautiful. It feels like you're very protective of each other. You're very protective of the relationship. Potentially for some of you, there may be like some kind of incongruence with your spiritual, religious, or you know, even personal beliefs, yeah, and things like that. The way that this comes through is like you find common ground, you make allowances for each other and for yourselves through this process, and that is something to be celebrated. That is something to be protected. This is beautiful energy for couples. Okay, my darlings. Show me now singles, please, my darlings. Show me singles for Cancer, please, loves. See, for some of you, you are ready to open up to love, yeah? There is something that maybe you're starting to recognize within yourself that is powerful, protected, ready for a new beginning in regards to love. Some of you have maybe even got your eye on someone, or someone's got their eye on you. Maybe this offer's already come through, yeah? If not, this definitely feels like this is going to be someone coming in for you guys. For some of you, right, and spirits, yeah, I appreciate this. For some of you, this may not be in the form of you know, a love connection immediately off the bat. This could be someone that's introduced at work. This could be a new opportunity in regards to work that then leads you into an environment where you meet somebody new. I can't make this shit up. Two of Cups. Some of you Cancers are going to find someone new, and this person's going to come through in a time where you're feeling really powerful, you're feeling really protected, and you're feeling like you have a strong sense of who you are, yeah, and that will be reflected back to you by this person. There is something around maybe the workspace coming into play here for some of you. Show me how this is going to come through for my singles, please. Show me how this is going to come through. Yeah, see, for some of you, you're not going to see it coming, or it's going to come from a place that was unexpected. Potentially for some of you, this could even be someone that you meet and like you initially think like, I don't actually like this person very much, and then you change your tune. For some of you, it's going to be like an awkward situation where like they come in an environment where it's not really appropriate for you to have like some kind of romantic connection or something like that. For some of you, it's going to come through like a friend of a friend. Like there is like other people involved in the way that this comes together, yeah? And the way that this comes together feels like it's unexpected for a lot of you. Yeah, like you're sitting here just worrying about yourself, maybe even like having your head in the clouds and thinking like, not for me, love's really not for me. I'm so busy, you know, tending to my garden, taking care of all my needs, really like nurturing myself at this point in time. And then Spirit's going to bring in someone who reflects that energy back at you, someone who is protective, someone who is strong, someone who is sensual and soft if you're a man, you know, like there's all this energy around like this reflective piece coming through. I actually forgot how much I love to do love readings. Some of you as well, right? This person can be in a process of, you know, still healing themselves, still being on the healing journey themselves. They could be someone that is maybe a little bit closed off to begin with. It's you or them. Someone's definitely closed off to begin with, is how this is coming through. Or the environment isn't appropriate for you to then open up to this. Show me the Two of Cups. Bit nervous about what it's going to be. It's the Fool. It's a clean slate. Whoever this person is, they do change your perspective. There's something about like they come in and you're either like not ready for it, not wanting it, kind of dismissive of it. You may even look at it as someone that you don't generally have these kind of feelings for, or you can't see a potential future or something like that with this person. And then somewhere along the way something happens. It could be like something that you hear through a mutual party. It could be something that someone else says, or you seeing them behave in a certain way with somebody else. There's definitely other people around this connection. Cancer, this reading is actually lush, and if you want another more in-depth reading, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'll definitely accommodate that. There is something here that's telling me that initially this may present as something that is like unexpected or not exactly what you want in some way. And the way that I would say to flow with this energy is to honor that. If you're resisting it, resist, yeah, because something will come through that is of, it changes your perspective. It does. That's how this feels. It changes your perspective to a degree that you then get rid of all these cups, walk away from this kind of energy and step into something with someone who gets you, someone who's keen for you and you're keen for them. Like there is this energy here around, like maybe even for some of you singles, like you are quite resistant. Yeah, maybe that energy at the beginning of the reading, yeah, with the Hanged Man coming through, is telling me that maybe some of you are still not really entirely sure if you want a new beginning with someone, or if you want to open up to someone in this romantic sense again. And the way that it's presented to me is like these opportunities, these people, these experiences, they arrive not when we want it, but when we need it. And the way that this energy comes through is like whoever this person is, they come in and they shift your perspective. There's no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it. Whoever this person is, they come in and they clear the slate. They wipe everyone else off the board. They wipe all your fears off the board, and then you move forward together with them. And it moves quickly. It moves very quickly. All right, closing out messages here for my darling Cancer singles, please. Some of you are still like really protective of your heart. Yeah, be protective of your heart. You should be protective of your heart. Yeah, this person, I think, is someone who is responsible enough to hold your heart with the tenderness, to take that gentle approach that we were getting from the channeled messages. Yeah, this is someone who potentially could even be another water sign. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, but it could be. We also have the Fool and the Hanged Man energy here. I can't remember who the Hanged Man is. I'm sorry, you guys. And I believe the Fool is Aquarius energy. So it could be an Aquarius, it could be a water sign, or... Hey Siri, who's the Hanged Man in the zodiac signs?
Okay, I found this on the web for Who's the Hanged Man. Check it out.
Sorry, guys. Why can I not? Is the Hanged Man's not Virgo, is it? Okay, I can't find who it is. Sorry, guys. All right, what I'm getting here is you can trust this person. Yeah, you can trust yourself in relationship with this person. So easy does it, slow and steady. And even if like the first circumstance or the first environment where you meet this person doesn't allow things to flow, trust that spirit will clear the path for you, is how it's coming through. All right, my darlings, I'm going to leave that one there for you. I'm sending you all my love. Best of luck with this big initiation, whatever it is that you've got to crawl before you walk and look before you leap and all that kind of stuff that was coming through in the channel messages. Being really gentle with yourself and remembering that, you know, blessings and opportunities generally come in the form of multiple choice. There's generally more than one choice for you, and it does feel like for a lot of you there's big decisions to be made this month. So make them from a place of a gentle approach and having a lot of compassion for yourself as you're in the decision-making process. Yeah, Spirit's also saying to me, as a good friend of mine was saying to me last night, you know, don't operate from the mind. Operating from the mind, the monkey mind, as they seem to call it, is a real dangerous place to make a decision from. Like anything that you think is a good idea needs to be filtered down through the heart space. And if the heart also agrees and those two chakras and things of your human being and your experience are in alignment, then you proceed forward, is how it's coming through. All right, also something to pay attention to this month is going to be loud engines. When there's loud engines around you, pay attention to your environment, pay attention to what's happening internally and externally as these things kind of alert your attention. Because I do think that there's a big power period coming in for you guys, and maybe even some of you, like, maybe there's a fear around that power period. Yeah, maybe there's a fear about which pathway you take and how much power you will need to wield as you walk down it, or how much power you will, you know, then step into. Could also be what's coming through here. All right, my darlings, I'm sending you guys all my love. Definitely let me know how that fits for you. And yeah, hit me up in the comments and let me know what's going on, because I love to hear how this stuff's playing out. All right, I love you guys. Bye.